Okay, let's dive into one of the most common interview questions out there. And honestly, it's one that seems so simple on the surface, but it can totally send a great interview off the rails if you're not ready for it.
So, picture this. You're in the hot seat. The interviewer leans forward and asks you that, what would your ideal job look like? What do you do? I mean, what's your gut reaction? Do you have a sharp, confident answer just waiting to go? Or do you feel that little jolt of panic? You know, the urge to just start talking and hope for the best? Because right there, that's the moment it can all go wrong. A fumbled answer leads to you just rambling, you get all tongue-tied, and that confident person you walked in as, poof, gone. And just like that, you're on the defensive, just trying to recover for the rest of the conversation. Now, what makes this question so incredibly tricky is that it's kind of a shapeshifter, right? It doesn't always show up in the exact same words, but it's always digging for the same piece of information. So let's take a look at its different disguises. You might hear it as a pretty straightforward, what do you want to be doing? Or, the classic, what would your ideal job look like? My personal favorite, though, is the one that's a little more pointed. So, what are you looking for that you aren't getting in your current job? But here's the thing, no matter how they ask it, the goal is always the same. They want to know what you really want. And this, right here, gets us to the absolute heart of the problem. There is often a huge gap between what you say and what an interviewer hears. Your answer, even with the best intentions, can be totally misinterpreted. That's why your response has to be so precise and, well, strategic. Just look at this breakdown. You might say something like, oh, I'd be happy doing a lot of different things. And you think you sound super flexible, right? But they hear, this person isn't really sure what they want. Or you say you're looking for a new challenge. They're thinking, okay, but why this one? Why our company? And if you mention growth potential, little red flags might start popping up, thinking you're just going to be looking to jump ship in a year. And this is the bottom line. Think of it like this. Companies are selling a job. They have a very specific problem they need solved. And so they're looking for someone who genuinely wants that specific opportunity. Any kind of vague answer just screams that you're looking for any job, not their job. All right, so we've torn the problem apart. Now for the fun part, the solution. I'm going to walk you through a really simple, but honestly incredibly powerful framework for building an answer that makes you sound like the perfect candidate. We're going to call this the overlap method. It's just 3 steps. Step 1, you have to get crystal clear on your own full vision. I mean, everything you really want in a job. Step 2, do your homework. Dig into the company and the role and figure out what they really need. And then step 3, and this is the secret sauce, in your answer, you only talk about the parts where your vision and their needs overlap. You just leave the rest out. And when you do this, something kind of magical happens. You're not just another candidate listing off a wish list. Nope. You are presenting yourself as the living, breathing solution to their biggest problem. It makes you sound like you were tailor-made for this role because, well, your answer is tailored specifically to it. Now, having that perfect answer is absolutely crucial, but it doesn't mean a thing if you can't even get in the door for the interview. And before you can face a hiring manager, you got to get past a whole different kind of gatekeeper. And I hate to break it to you, but that first gatekeeper isn't even a person. It's an algorithm. We're talking about applicant tracking systems, or ATS. These are the bots that scan your resume long before any human ever sees it. And here's a stat that might make you sit up straight. A staggering 75% of resumes get automatically thrown out by these bots. A lot of times, it's just for simple stuff like weird formatting or missing keywords. You could literally be the perfect candidate and you'd never even get a chance to prove it. This is the exact problem that our sponsor, MobileCV.ai, was built to fix. It's an AI tool that can create a professional, perfectly optimized resume in about 60 seconds flat. It's designed specifically to make sure you sail right past those digital gatekeepers. And here's why it's so good. It just demolishes all the biggest frustrations. Instead of fighting with a Word doc, it uses professional LaTeX templates, which the bots can read perfectly every single time. And if you hate writing cover letters, its AI can help you whip up a great one. But honestly, the best part? There's no monthly subscription. It's just pay per use, and they even give you 3 free credits to get started. Okay, so your resume is optimized to beat the bots, and you've got your perfect answer ready to go. But there's one final piece to this puzzle, and that's realizing that your big opportunity might not come during a nicely scheduled interview. It can happen anytime. That ideal job question doesn't just show up in a formal meeting room. It could be a surprise phone call from a recruiter at your dream company. It might pop up in a casual chat at a networking event. Heck, it could even happen when you bump into an old colleague at Starbucks. You always have to be ready.
And that is why practice is everything. Your answer can't just be some lines you memorized. It has to be so deep in your bones, so ingrained in your subconscious that you can just deliver it naturally and confidently at a moment's notice. No fumbling, no scrambling for words. So I'll leave you with this one question. If your dream company called you right now, this second, would you be ready? Because with the right preparation, the answer to that question can absolutely be yes.